You want to know the real secret to making people chase you? Stop chasing them. I know that sounds backwards. I know you've been told your whole life that you need to work harder, try harder, do more to get people's attention. But what if I told you that desperation repels and indifference attracts? What if the very act of trying too hard is exactly what's pushing people away? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share will flip everything you thought you knew about relationships, friendships, and influence upside down. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. We're all attracted to people who don't need us. Think about it. That friend who's always available, always texting first, always accommodating. You probably take them for granted. But that person who's busy, who has their own life, who doesn't drop everything for you, you want their time. You value their attention. It's not fair, but it's human nature. We desire what feels scarce. We chase what moves away from us. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to become that person people naturally gravitate toward without you lifting a finger. This isn't about playing games or manipulating anyone. This is about becoming so complete in yourself that others can't help but be drawn to your energy. First, you need to build a life that you're genuinely excited about. Not for Instagram, not to impress anyone, for you. When you have goals that make you jump out of bed, hobbies that make you lose track of time, and projects that genuinely matter to you, something magical happens. You stop being available 24/7. You stop responding immediately to every text, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you're actually busy living. And people notice. They see someone who has purpose, someone who has direction, someone who isn't sitting around waiting for validation. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people. Person A is always free, always waiting for plans, always hoping someone will text. Person B is at the gym, working on a side project, learning a new skill, meeting new people. Who seems more interesting? Who would you want to spend time with? The answer is obvious. When you're genuinely busy building something meaningful, you automatically become more attractive because you're not desperate for attention. You already have something that fulfills you. Second, you have to stop seeking external validation. This is huge. Every time you post something and compulsively check for likes, every time you say yes when you want to say no just to be liked, every time you change yourself to fit in, you leak power. You're essentially telling the world that their opinion matters more than your own. And people can sense that. They can smell desperation from a mile away. But when you validate yourself, when you're okay with being misunderstood, when you have standards and boundaries that you actually enforce, people start to respect you differently. They start to wonder. They start to question why you're not bending over backwards for their approval like everyone else does. You become a puzzle they want to solve. Think about the person who leaves the party early because they have an early morning. Think about the person who says no to plans because they need alone time. Think about the person who doesn't laugh at jokes that aren't funny just to fit in. These people have self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. Third, master the art of selective attention. This doesn't mean ignore everyone. It means be intentional about where you invest your energy. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your emotional labor. Not everyone deserves access to you. When you give your attention to everyone equally, it becomes worthless. But when you're selective, when people have to earn your time and energy, that attention becomes valuable. Here's what this looks like in real life. You don't respond to every social media comment. You don't engage with drama. You don't entertain conversations that drain you. You protect your peace fiercely. And the people who do receive your attention, they feel special. They feel chosen. They feel like they've accessed something rare, and that makes them value you more. It's simple economics. Scarcity creates value. When you're not everywhere, you become somewhere worth being. Finally, embrace emotional independence. This is the master key. You can't need people. You can want them, you can enjoy them, you can love them, but you cannot need them. The moment you need someone, you give them all the power. You become controllable. You become predictable. You become someone who can be taken for granted. But when you're emotionally complete on your own, when you're happy alone, when you don't need anyone to make you feel whole, you become untouchable. People sense that you're with them by choice, not by necessity. And choice is romantic. Choice is powerful. Choice makes people work to keep you around because they know you could leave at any moment. You're not trapped. You're not desperate. You're simply choosing to be there. And that changes everything. So, let's bring this all together. Stop chasing. Start building. Build a life you're obsessed with. Validate yourself. Be selective with your energy. And become emotionally independent. When you do these things, you won't need to chase anyone because you'll be too busy living a life worth chasing. People will naturally gravitate towards your energy because you're not pulling them. You're not pushing them. You're just being someone worth knowing. Remember, attraction isn't about what you do to others. It's about who you become for yourself. Now, I want you to ask yourself honestly, what's one area where you've been chasing instead of building? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if this video gave you a new perspective, hit that like button and subscribe because we're just getting started on this journey to becoming the best version of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.